Okay, Christian Webb here, day before Valentine's Day. It's February 13th. It's Monday. I promise you this has nothing to do with Valentine's Day. This is none of that stuff. All acting stuff, actors, your headshots. I recently received a message regarding the session length of my headshot sessions. How long does a headshot session last? An hour. Now, that's a flexible number, let's just say. My site actually reads that the session is 1 hour and then there's a certain amount of looks. Let's get into that for a second. I say an hour, but realistically, I can shoot somebody for 40 minutes and we're done. We've nailed the shots. Everything's going great. And we've got what we got to do. You know, it's done. The dope has been dealt. We're good. We're satisfied. And we're done in 40, 45 minutes. We wrap up. Could be an hour and 15 minutes, maybe even an hour and a half. I've been there where it's taking a little bit longer for whatever reason, and we go through it. I'm not about the time per se. When I get paid for a session, yeah, you're paying for my time, but more or less you're paying for the product at the end of the day. You're paying for what I do as a headshot photographer and what I'm going to deliver to you. So I need to deliver that package to you. And that's really what it's about. It's an hour. That's the general time frame, but it could go longer, could be shorter. So when it comes to looks, this is on the same subject, I feel, so I wanted to talk about it. You see sometimes it'll say 2 looks or 3 looks or 1 look and, you know, additional money for more looks. I don't do anything really by looks. Even though on my website it specifies 3 looks or 3 retouch images, 3 looks, whatever. That's just a general kind of thing to say. It's like a minimum for me. Because looks are more about fashion. When fashion photography, you're dealing with makeup artist, stylist, the entire outfit is changing, the hair is changing, the makeup is going from, you know, more of a natural look to a more dramatic look. So with looks, you're dealing with a whole thing of changes. With a headshot, we're dealing with nothing but the shirt, the tops. So I tell people all the time, my clients, bring 10, 20 shirts and sweaters and jackets. I don't care. I really don't care. I'd rather have more options than less options, and I'm not going to limit you to 3 looks because that's what my website says. If we're shooting and we nail 2 shirts and they're just dope as hell, boom. The 3rd shirt may not work. All right, throw on that 4th one. That one goes great. We shoot that. It's fantastic. The next one, you throw on a jacket and a sweater, and it's just dope. 100% dope. We shoot maybe whatever amount of frames it at for a while. Then we switch it up a little bit. That's how I look at everything. I don't shoot things in quick spurts and just to get out of there and do a session for an hour. That's not what it's about. The person that messaged me asked me how long my session was. And then they followed up with the previous headshot session they had was 20 minutes. And the guy kind of just got him in and out. It was like a factory approach. This is not the first time I've heard that about a headshot photographer. And it makes me nuts. It really irks me when you guys do that. I'm not addressing anyone specifically, but you know who I'm talking about if that's what you do. This kind of spray and pray, get them in, get them out thing, it's a side hustle for you, is just like, get that out of here. Like, get out of my business if you're going to be doing that in my business. Don't do that, because these people's career, you actors, man, it really, really affects you. So this is for you guys out there looking, when you're going to go with a headshot photographer, make sure you look at their references and speak to people who have photographed with them and find out, what is a session like? Is it comfortable? Is it this? Is it that? How long is the session? Does it feel rushed? Is a person taking their time with you? How does this session go? How does it feel? That's really important to you for your comfort level and the way you're going to actually be in that session. You can't be rushed. You can't find a photographer who's doing this for a side hustle. I'm going to repeat that. You cannot find a photographer that's doing this as a side hustle that does 30 other things but also does headshots. I've spoken about that before, and I'm going to reiterate it again now because it has to do with the time length of a session. That's what this video is about. So make sure you take your time and find out what their sessions are like, how long they are, and whether it's going to be rushed. Very important. One more final thing. That same client who actually booked me asked about retouching. They said that the previous headshot they did with a 20-minute guy or whatever was poorly retouched as well, and they just didn't like it. I actually saw the retouching and it was absolutely atrocious. So I want to talk about that for a second as well. When you're looking at a headshot photographer, you're going to book. Look at their portfolio of work. Look at the final images. Look at the retouch. How clean, how polished they are. It doesn't mean that your retouch should be overdone or over glamorized, because headshots should not be over glamorized. They should not be smoothed out to perfection. They should look natural, but they still need to be polished. They still need to have clean look to them and feel professional. If you're looking at a person's portfolio and their headshots, their retouching is or it's kind of just like blah, who did it and ran kind of look on people's face, especially with women, you don't want that photographer. You don't. Whether they're outsourcing their retouching or doing their retouching themselves, doesn't even matter. Look at their product. Look at what they have on their site. See what it's about and make sure you put commitment into that portion of it as well, the final product. All right? So it's really all I want to talk about today. I wanted to get that off my chest because I did get that message from somebody and I've heard it before. Don't get rushed in a session. Find out how somebody shoots. If you see video of how somebody shoots or get a sense of how they interact with their clients, what their studio is like, if they're in studio or if they're outside, find out what they're like and how they shoot before you make a decision. And look at their retouch. All right? Look at the whole package before you book. Now, in closing, I want to say I'm doing these videos specifically for actors, and I think it's important because if I can save you from going out, it doesn't matter if it's $100 headshot session or $200 headshot session or $800 or whatever it's going to be. It matters because if you keep doing sessions with guys or girls for $200 here, $200 there, and you have to rebook and do it all over again, you are wasting money. So if I can stop you now and get you to understand these are the things you need to pay attention to, these are the things that are going to count in your headshot so you don't waste your money and you don't waste your time having to get new headshots again. That's what this is about. It's about you making sure you get it right. Dopeness or not, period. Anyway, Christian Webb, happy Valentine's Day. It's tomorrow to all you people out there. I hope you have a great one. Much love to everyone on that note and a whole lot of dopeness. I am in Atlanta on the 23rd. I'll be there through the 26th. I'm shooting. We're booked. I'm pretty much booked. We've got maybe 3 or 4 slots left. So if you're still thinking about it and you're wanting to shoot, feel free to reach out. Hit up christianwebphoto.com under Atlanta Headshots or whatever, theactorsheadshot.com, and you'll find me there. And you can find any information on booking. If not, I will catch you the next time I'm in Atlanta, which will probably be summer, early summertime. I'll be back. So have a good one again, Christian Webb, and I will see you again soon.